Hello friends, and welcome. Here is a question that is shaping careers right now. What is the actual difference between data analysis and data science, and which one do you need to learn? Just this week, the Databricks Data plus AI Summit wrapped up in San Francisco. It ran from June 15th to 18, 2026, and drew more than 30,000 data and AI professionals from 150 countries. It is the world's largest conference dedicated entirely to data and AI skills. That kind of turnout tells you something loud and clear. These two fields are the hottest skills in tech right now, but they are not the same thing, and people mix them up constantly. In this video, we are going to clear that up for good, simply and concisely, so you finish knowing exactly what each one is and where to start. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with data analysis. Think of it as a detective looking backward. A data analyst takes historical structured data, meaning organized rows and columns of past events, and examines it to answer one core question: what happened and why? Say a retail company wants to know why sales dropped last quarter. The analyst pulls clean records from a database, writes SQL queries to filter and group the data, builds charts in Tableau or Excel, and delivers a report with a clear explanation. The tools of the trade are SQL for querying databases, Excel for quick calculations and pivot tables, and Tableau or similar tools for visualization. The output is an insight, a clear, readable answer for decision makers. Data analysis is focused, fast, and essential in almost every department. Now here is where things get more interesting. Data science does something very different with that same data. Now look at this. Data science is a broader, forward-looking discipline. Instead of explaining the past, a data scientist builds systems that predict the future. It pulls in not just clean spreadsheets, but also unstructured data, like text, images, or clickstream logs, and applies machine learning and statistics to find patterns that are invisible to the naked eye. Here is a concrete example. A bank wants to flag fraudulent transactions before they go through. A data scientist writes Python code, trains a machine learning model on millions of past transactions, and deploys it so it scores every new transaction in real time. The model is not answering what happened. It is answering what is about to happen, and it acts on that answer automatically. The main tools are Python, statistical modeling, and machine learning frameworks. The output is not a report. It is a predictive system. So how do these two fields actually compare side by side? Let's put them next to each other. Let me show you the differences clearly. Think of three dimensions: scope, data type, and output. On scope, data analysis typically serves one department. A sales team needs last month's numbers, or a finance team needs a cost breakdown. Data science operates across the whole enterprise, building systems that serve every team at once. On data type, data analysis works with clean, structured tables, rows and columns you can open in Excel. Data science also ingests unstructured data, like customer reviews, social media text, or images, because machine learning can extract patterns from that raw material too. On output, data analysis produces insight reports and dashboards that humans read and act on. Data science produces predictive models and AI systems that act on their own. Neither is better than the other. They are designed for different jobs. And here is the really exciting part. A brand new product launched this June shows both working together live in a single platform. Here is the interesting part. Databricks launched Genie 1 on June 16, 2026, right at the Data plus AI Summit in San Francisco, and it is a perfect live illustration of both roles in one product. Here is how the two layers work. In the data analysis layer, a business user types a plain English question like, "Show me Q2 revenue by region." Genie 1 translates that into a governed SQL query against the company's secured data lakehouse and returns a result table in seconds. No analyst required. That is, data analysis made accessible. In the data science layer underneath, data scientists use Genie code to build, debug, and deploy machine learning models that power smarter predictions. Both layers sit on top of Unity Catalog, Databricks governance engine, so the data is trusted and access controlled throughout. One product, two disciplines, working together. That is not a coincidence. It is exactly how modern data teams are structured. Let's wrap up with what this means for you. Alright, here's the big picture. Data analysis and data science are not rivals. They are teammates. Analysis tells you what happened. Data science tells you what will happen. Great organizations need both. Here is a number that should motivate you. The DataCamp 2026 State of Data and AI Literacy Report found that nearly 60% of organizations report a data and AI skills gap right now. Companies are desperate for people who can do this work. The path forward is concrete. If you want to start with data analysis, learn SQL first. It is the universal language of data, and you can build real skills in a few weeks. If data science calls to you, start with Python. Learn how to load data, explore it, and train a simple model. Both paths lead to genuinely valuable careers in 2026 and beyond. Start with one, build momentum, then expand. I'll see you in the next one.